Hi, today I'm going to share a story of a potential love long ago. Hi, this is Ronald Malcolm with Carb Educate, and today I want to talk about something that happened to me quite a while ago, and it occurs to me that it was a very profound reflection of where I was and how I kind of got here in terms of my weight. So sit back, this is going to take a minute. A long time ago, in the late 1990s when I was still in graduate school, I was sitting at Panera, and yeah, I know I give them a hard time, but that was my jam for a while. Anyway, so I was sitting at Panera, kind of minding my own business, and I was writing something just for my own enjoyment. I believe it was a series of short stories. But anyway, so I was there in my, my best, like, tortured artiste mode, gulping down coffee, scribbling furiously in notebooks and such. And, well, lo and behold, I'm bent down and I see someone standing in front of my table, and I'm already not in the mood to be interrupted. So I look up, and there is this drop-dead gorgeous blonde. I mean, ah! And so I'm thinking, what could she possibly want? And she spent like the next 10 minutes talking to me about my writing, and me not being very receptive at all. I gave very short, very cursory answers, and she kept trying to draw me out about what I was writing. Have you considered working with someone else? All this stuff. And at the time, I just thought, what is this woman's problem? And so, after a while, I shushed her away. Yes, I shushed her away, and I got back to work. And so a couple days later, I was on the phone to a friend of mine, and I told her what had happened, and she's like, "Are you out of your bleep bleep mind?" I won't, given the fact that we have to be conservative nowadays, I won't use the exact language, but she indicated to me that she seriously doubted for my sanity, and I'm like, "Well, why?" And she's like, "That girl was so into you," and I'm like, "What?" And she said that she kept touching you on your forearm and laughing at your jokes, right? And I was like, "Yeah." And she showed a lot of interest in your work, right? And I'm like, "Yeah." And she offered to, connect with you later to work on something that you obviously care very much about, right? And I'm like, "Yeah." And I was so dumb. I'm like, "What's your point?" She's like, "She was flirting with you. She wanted to give you her number." I'm like, "Oh." And I felt like a complete jackass. Now you're probably wondering why I'm talking to you about this when this is basically a channel devoted to low-carb weight loss. Well, here it is. Because in the entire time that I was talking to this girl, it never occurred to me that she would be interested in me. I looked at her and I automatically assumed that she was out of my league. And the thing is, although I was like much more active and much slimmer than I am now, I still wasn't in great shape, and I was just a grad student. What the hell was I? And I had this idea that she was out of my league, and that really kind of opens the doorway to other things too, of things we automatically tell ourselves that we do or don't deserve in life. Do I want to go to the trouble for this for me? Do I really want to spend the money on this for me, even though it's better for me? And so that whole attitude is, pervasive in sometimes the choices we make. If we really stopped and thought about how we treat ourselves and how we allow others to treat us, we might have a clearer idea of why we do things, why we allow things to happen. And so that's the lesson I got from that. And it just came down on me like a ton of bricks, because all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I really didn't notice that. And because it's not because, we lack intelligence, it's because that attitude becomes so common that it becomes part of the background noise in our heads. And so we don't even think about it. We accept it, and especially if it's reinforced by other people, negative people in your life, whether that be a romantic partner, a relative, someone at work, whatever. Once you buy into that, it's really kind of sneaky, isn't it? It's really kind of pernicious in that it destroys you from the inside, and you may not even be aware of it. And so that leads us to behaviors where we end up being overweight, being out of shape, because we don't really want to invest in ourselves. That negative programming can manifest itself in a lot of ways. Alcoholism, use of food, addiction to sex, what have you. It really wasn't until I had more accomplishments in graduate school and at work that I developed enough confidence, so I finally started to realize and become a little bit more, a little bit more immune to this type of pressure. That's basically where I'm going to leave it today. What incident in your life maybe has highlighted for you this profound realization that helps you to understand how it is that you've gained weight or you've gotten to an unhealthy situation? Answer down below. And if you like this kind of content, please hit the like button so that I know to make more. Please also don't forget to hit subscribe so we can continue this conversation. Please also hit the notifications so that you can be notified of new content whenever it drops. Always Monday through Friday, usually more frequently than that. Thank you for your time. You have a great day.